I would love nothing more than to be standing in front of you all presenting this speech in person, but I assure you my absence is for a good reason, one for which you can blame Anson. Thanks to the efforts of Anson, the training staff, Dr. Creighton, and Roy Williams, I'm in New York City receiving special treatments to help smooth out my left knee. Sometimes it feels like the world around us focuses only on what's going wrong. We find the best in life when we focus on what is right. Two successful, selfless men, a coach and a doctor, who knew about my situation, came together and made sacrifices to make something that was once out of my reach now available to me. For that, I will be forever grateful. So I find it appropriate to start this speech by saying thank you to all of you who helped me be healthy enough to have a career here at Carolina. My left leg might as well have property of UNC Healthcare tattooed on it. Nicole, Dr. Creighton, Scott, Yuri, Kyra, the grad assistants, thank you for all your genuine care over the past years. Thank you for your constant positivity and helping me when it was hard to stand. Literally. One Friday afternoon this fall, I was walking out of the back door of Stallings, sorry Yuri, towards the castle for our pre-game meeting. It was a short walk of maybe 20 yards, but I think it took me about 10 minutes to cross the small parking area. This was not due to fatigued legs or lack of excitement for entertainment in the locker room, specifically the performances of Summer and Maya. Rather, it took me so long because time seemed to stand still for a few moments. I found myself gazing at the castle, with Fetzer peeking out behind the building, thinking about the history, legacy, and family before me in this complex, and how grateful I am to be a part of this tradition and instilled with the values this program stands on. In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl writes, "Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue, and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Happiness must happen, and the same holds for success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. I want you to listen to what your conscience commands you to do, and go on and carry it out to the best of your knowledge. Then, you will live to see that in the long run, success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think of it." Leadership Council, I think that's on page 16 if you want to get ahead for next meeting. Anson Dino in the program itself embody this quote each and every day. With 22 national championships and 20 ACC championships, one would think these accolades act as the driving force of success, but this is hardly the case. Anson seldom ever talks about winning. Rather, the focus is solely on improvement, effort, and preparation. Even in the NCAA tournament runs, one does not hear the word championship or winning. With the focus on continual improvement in each game being better than the last, the winning takes care of itself. Just as Frankl speaks of success and happiness occurring as an unintended side effect. What I feel has an even bigger impact on this naturally occurring success is the emphasis on the caliber of character for each individual in the program. Before coming to UNC, I knew I would improve and develop as a soccer player, but what I was unaware of was how much I would improve and develop as a person. From personal experience, I have learned how easy it is to be selfish in this world. It is an inclination everyone struggles with daily. Having coaches and leaders who do not exhibit this selfishness has diminished this tendency within myself over the past few years. I have watched Anson and Dino behave humble and selflessly every day since I stepped foot on campus. They have led by example, and I feel compelled to follow them. What's even greater is I see that same compulsion in all of my teammates. I can see the care and concern shared and passed along between teammates, and it pushes me to do better each and every day. With a standard to live by such as the core values, and to see people actually exhibit them, has shown me how I want to live the rest of my life. I want to live with caring for others and not getting distracted by the myriad problems of society at the forefront of my journey. Although I feel I've been shown the elixir of life here in Chapel Hill, this gift did not come without trial. Coming to UNC, being led by a legendary coaching staff, and playing alongside the top talents in the nation, it's practically instinct to imagine oneself being crowned a champion at the end of the day and riding on a chariot through the city of El Dorado. As it turns out, I still haven't found the road to El Dorado, but I earned something much greater than championships and rings. I've never experienced heartbreak like I did after our final game this fall against Texas A&M. This could partially be because I've been incredibly single for my 24 years, but that's a subject we'll save for another time. Throughout all my extensive time spent rehabbing or grinding through the summer packet, I envision the team and myself reaping our rewards for all this work, sacrifice, and suffering. Setback after setback, I found myself continuously waiting on this final moment of euphoria that I imagined would come to make up for all the challenges sent our way. But what I learned after that defeat was this moment does not always come, and I don't mean this in a negative manner. Not achieving euphoria does not in any way shape or diminish the journey. Rather, one has to learn to live authentically. My favorite player and role model, Steven Gerrard, moments away from clinching his first precious Premier League title, late in the game slipped in his own half while in possession, thus causing Chelsea to have a wide-open breakaway, giving Chelsea a 1-0 lead. It was an error that caused Liverpool to lose control of the title race that season, which was ultimately Steven's last in the Premier League. After this heartbreak, he wrote how, "The dark and the light, the joy and the hurt, the hope and the loss cannot be parted." I cannot think of a better way to describe what our defeat taught me. To enjoy the bulk of life, rather than wasting time constantly waiting on moments we chase for glory. My growth at Carolina has been immense and multifaceted. My limits and boundaries have been pushed and pulled to a far better place than where they started. This is a phenomenal gift, and I find this to be the Carolina way. I am now a steward of all that I have seen, learned, and loved here in Chapel Hill, and plan to pay this forward to others to the best of my ability for the rest of my life. We are stewards of everything we say, do, touch, or own in this world, and we must honor this responsibility by passing on all we have learned. Jackson Browne once sang how all good things gotta come to an end. I used to find this song terribly depressing and pessimistic, but now I know these lyrics are meant to be a reminder to be present, a reminder to enjoy the moments and all the good while you have them. So although my time here in Chapel Hill has come to an end, and someday the rest of yours will too, my wish for you is to enjoy and appreciate every moment you have as a part of this storied program, as each day as a Tar Heel is truly a blessing from God. Bigger success on this naturally in life. Sometimes it feels like the world around us forces us freaking shit.